Range. It's February 2025, eh? David, Mr. Lynch, can you or he hear me from here? Because, and if he can hear it, it's a Freddy once again. It's a Freddy once again. In Naples. Totally clear. It seems totally clear. Sky, atmosphere in general. And it also seems that now it's really afternoon, practically 13 and 44, 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius, and this means it's really cold like in this period. That's fact. It's a classic adjective that we use for winter periods and winter reports. Diverse ago, as rap sono non li vede. Piccolo boio, se non boio, cioè io se suppose di I'm sure. Ma tu avere sia delle amazing così, che su si mette insieme a purpose perché ti piace tu c'è io si aspetta, and rap si parla questo arriva tutto for me, and I did this do an evaluation also for the spring di autunno. L'esame fa che spring di autunno, le sue aggettive soft ora per l'esame gli aggettivi 8 sono diventati su inglese, casi in inglese, attraverso per me also, I think there's a few absolutely, you can compare it, obviously, it's cold, in the winter in particular, last weeks it's really cold, but at the same time, thanks to middle, I follow since some years back, 2 points, inspired by this middle, it is a good move middle, this is a chapter, and these 2 points are related, cold showers from not reason, where little qualifications possible, I also, 3 points, I also try to find the cold, thanks to these 2 points, since some years, I always try to find the cold, and for this affiliate class and other people, but to consider also another aspect, or second aspect, the practical leads consistency in the case in general, in fact, better from last year, in past years, internet as remember winter crisis, so consider both the aspects, vector that fate goal, trace the points, and the case in general, for me, the temperature is good. You can say also the condition situation, so all the sum of these things is good. I don't know first of other people, if you have similar sensations, cioè c'è messo tutto con me, but to this, or on this, probably surely think of lot because, for example, think of cold showers, it's a bit impossible. Generally people do hot showers, whether I don't know, this depends on them. Instead, but about the atmosphere today, absolutely, I say for sure the same things I said just before with the lizards. It's really beautiful. What is this in this? In fact, I'm feeling that I'm not feeling this. It's a Friday once again, and as you know, it's every Friday, first of all, I shall do this. But respectively, both the third and fourth razor, the red and blue, both white, red and white, blue white razors on the monetary reports, and yes, practically I'm using since some months I'm using both, and generally yes, most of the bear with the fourth, the new, the blue, moreover half and half, it's better to say in this way, half with the blue and half with the red, and yes, okay, yes, both good results. Obviously the real new is the blue. Other good thing the fact that they are working or goes great thing for me the fact that both go. So I repeat for this that are respectively red the third and the blue the fourth resource non sono metri forse in genere fortissime fortissime di questa roba che si può portare di Nietzsche 60 minuti consiglio per me se accadeva il bici tipo mega veloce se no così che si è mostrato espresso lo storia boff recipiere regretto in che frega non finché tremano si dice ripete se just before 59 Fahrenheit 15 Celsius. But really important thing is atmosphere. It's anticipated just before. Today we have beautiful. Blue skies and sunshine, yes, what a beautiful sunshine fact is in notice. As you can notice in here, may I do it? Wait until now, what considering the period and considering to be an we have them for now for radar, the sun in the sky for now for radar, 4 hours, no, 3 hours and 45 minutes just in comparison with them. And penso, no, è completely different nulla. Quella, su, sinistra. Mentre con lui non è che insomma, tu, fact. Pratically in 2 years, in fact, is new written quote. It's written quote in sentence. It's also to look for the fact that we have it already this routine and it is in 20 years. And also, if you intervention, to this is a venire bene diventare for me, always better is meant sentire and it's shot at 70 million generation. Si carica lo studio questo not visible behind it and also in general visible also si chiede un better si mette sentire in shot also si chiede at 70 million generation. And finally, from a medical keyboard and GX, Alexander 40, APG, 625. Also, signification di fine, Johnny Shot. Greeting all the people, follow the channel. It's like getting together. Also to my brother and my sister. Also myself, to the Nas Subskis. And finally, I hope you all have a great breakfast. Today it's late in general. Think also for my hours, faccio una serie late ora mi for bus, but the whole important is that I still fare con le regole action, sembra 23, tu si sta facendo il breakfast, a fientene si famiglia. A restare vita, a fientene, per te me si tu su essere, so se finché te regole sembra 23, so stragio. But you repeat, close, mi sa serie di record, late also for my hours. They're just rolling quote 13 and 44. But, the really important thing that you should see is that it's a me, also today, fortunately, so I'm really hungry. And that's we always to say. Breakfast is also most cosa fino ora. Absolutely. And from this, since a few weeks when I had a new shots, these are the beautiful my favorite biscuits. And but I would say other things particular. As regards milk, told reason shots, only can see it, coffee in it obviously. Forse una squeak chocolate, the fact that you're not as on the other short fragment video, the other shot. We did in this also fact that Nicolas breakfast. Adesso abbiamo altri with last days particular, last week's particular, a mega bomb, and the other thing is about the series, because in fact, even if there are beautiful series that are the Korean Italian series, for me are at second place or the second position, at the first place or position there are the PAM Italian series, because in fact, I truly recommend them, because in fact they are really superb. Also, tomorrow I suppose if I want to die. In fact, I don't know tomorrow to let me know, we'll see.